Hello, Perception Neuron users. Thank you for joining us today. Today's session is going to be another quick video tutorial on a new accessory we're going to be adding to our store. It's called the shutter, and it is backed by popular demand. So that's something that's very exciting that a lot of requests people have been having for us to bring back one of the accessories that we started off early on with Kickstarter. It wasn't available before. Right now it'll be added into the accessory store, and we'll just give it a few more minutes for everyone to join us today so that we can just kind of do a quick walkthrough on the features that you have with this accessory, and it'll help out a lot of users that are working by themselves, solos. And it gives you kind of a little bit more freedom as to, working away from your computer rather than going back to your computer or keyboard to, just do your typical functions, basically for inside of Access Neuron. So let's give it a few more, maybe about a minute or so that we can wait for any other users to jump in. So let's give it a few more, and I want to thank everyone who's joining us in this video. We're going to keep this video on our stream so that you can see it during the post after the recording. So yeah, something we'll keep it up there for everyone to see afterwards. And we like to keep this going on forward so that everyone has a good input, and you can ask your questions. All the questions we'll leave them for after the live stream is done. So I'll give it a bit more people to join here so they can have any other viewers here to join us today. And as all, I just want to say that on behalf of everyone here at Neuron, we want to wish everyone happy holidays. This stream is coming out December 14. Happy holidays to everyone out there. Hope everyone is enjoying the wherever you are, everyone's having a good time and enjoying the environment out there with friends and family, colleagues out there. So definitely happy holidays for everyone out there. So let's give it a few more so that we can have more people join us today. All right, so I see the first question here. We're going to keep that question for the end of the session here. Just waiting for a few more people to join us today. And I'll just give it a couple more seconds and then we'll go right ahead. All right, so I'll go ahead and get started with the session. So let's jump into the slide here that we have, just, it's typical, just so that we can all have an idea what's going on here. Today's session, again, thank you everyone who's joined us today for today's live broadcasting of quick tutorial. As always, I like to tell everyone, if you have any other questions after the streaming, or during your while you have the system on and you have just a couple of questions, just send us an email at contact@neuromocap.com. That's the best form of communication for us. We have staff available for anything you might need, any requests. Just send us an email there. We'll respond to you within 24 hours, the max. We also have a help desk. As always, every video I like to share this with everyone. Visit our neuromocap.zendesk.com/hc/en-us. We have a lot of topics there, so you can review. If you have any doubts, check out our help desk for any questions. If you don't see anything, just send us an email at contact@neuromocap.com. And on our next slide here, as always in every video, we have a video out there for the 3 essentials of Perception Neuron. Before you start doing your MOCAP, before you even place your suit on your body, just make sure you check out this video. This video will give you a lot of inside tips on how to start doing MOCAP. Many of our users are so excited, so eager to get up and running with MOCAP. Check check out this video. This video is for all of you who just received your kits or have any questions on how to get started. Check out the video, and then give you a good idea of what to look for. It's always the three more main important points of perception neuron. Once you have these 3 points covered, you're ready to MOCAP at a much smoother, much faster pace. You'll get kind of the workflow going through, and you'll see how easy the system is to operate during production. So something definitely to look out for. It's on our Neuron MOCAP YouTube channel. Same channel you're looking at here, so you'll see at the bottom there, Neuron MOCAP. Click on that channel. Please subscribe to our channel so that we can keep you updated with all the upcoming streams and video tutorials that we have coming out in the future. So today's video for the perception neuron tutorial, just want to introduce today our new accessory we're adding to our store, and we're adding to our store the shutter. The shutter was introduced early on our Kickstarter. It was used for just kind of like a thank you to our Kickstarters, and it allows for another layer of tool that our perception neuron users can definitely use for. So what is the shutter? The shutter is a remote control adapter that lets you calibrate, do a zero pose, and record remotely without having to touch your keyboard. And there's a little function on the right hand side of the axis neuron that you see, like a little shutter, like it's a little remote control, and that's what it's for. Once you activate that, I'll walk you through afterwards. Once you activate that, basically you can have remote control of doing your calibration and those little functions that typically you would have to walk to your computer. If you have a keyboard, you have to activate those features so that you can perform those procedures. Of course, when you're operating solo, it's kind of uncomfortable because you need to keep away from just a keyboard that could have magnetic interference or anything such like that. So the shutter kind of gives you more remote freedom, if you will. So something to look forward to for all our users. So in the shutters function here, we have basically the description here with what the buttons are. You have recording, calibration, and zero. This is in your quick start manual. In the shutters functions, you can toggle off different functions. You can press the button to start recording. You can do the calibration poses. And press the L button for the posture zero out pose. So those are the three major portions that you're doing that require you in most cases to touch the keyboard. And now with the shutter you can do this remotely. No need to go to your computer, for example, to do that. So here's a picture of the shutter. It's if you think about it, it's quite ergonomic. It's very comfortable in your hand. It's not very bulky. It's very lightweight. And it's kind of, this is, very comfortable to hold in your hand. It does not interfere with any sensors or anything such like that, so you don't have to worry about if you're holding it while you're doing the posture calibration. You can actually do a zero pose and it'll be fine. It'll be coming in these little packaged anti-static bag that we have with all the suits, with all the straps. And one thing that I'll show you guys here with the shutter, if you go back to looking at the object I'm holding here in front of me, right here you see the shutter. This is pretty lightweight, very comfortable to hold. One thing you open up here in the back of the compartment, a little flap here, and then that's where you put the battery. It requires a AAA battery for the shutter to work. It doesn't consume much battery, so this can last for quite a long time. And then one thing that I want to tell users is that once you open that compartment, this shutter operates with the dongle. And the dongle, if you see here, what I'm holding is the back panel of the shutter, is the compartment for the dongle. So it's very hidden. It's a little bit tough to see. So all you have to do is just pull this out, and then you'll see this USB dongle that's in the back of the of the compartment here of the shutter. So this device here is the one that connects to your computer USB port. preferably a 2.0 port. Most USB 3.0 ports are backwards compatible, so you can use this into 2.0, 3.0 in most cases. So this is what the shutter is made up of, and then you see all the functions here, all the buttons that are working around here. So that's what the shutter is made up of, in essence. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing the configuration now. I'm going to put the battery into the shutter here. So then just pop this little battery in here to the compartment. I'll grab the compartment here in the back and just to close it. So it's nice and snug. So now this is ready to go, powered up. I'll go ahead and grab the USB dongle and I'll connect it to the USB available 2.0 port. You won't hear a connection or anything like that. It's using, it's not, there's no drivers involved to get this to work. So let's navigate to my computer screen here so that you can get an idea what's going on in Axis Neuron. Okay, so this is the Axis Neuron screen that you're looking at here. Right now you can see I am connected wirelessly to the computer. I have the suit on, obviously. So in order to activate the shutter, you're going to go to your MOCAP toolbars here and select the shutter function here. Once you select that, you're going to see a very small little red light. It's very small, red light indicating that I have activated the shutter function in there. So I'm ready to use the shutter in this case. You can see here that I can do the zero pose with the L button. If I press the L button, and then that gives me the option to zero out my pose. And again, this is me. You can see I'm only using the lower body mode right now for this exercise. And then if you press the red button, once I press the red button, it'll activate the record settings. I would recommend setting up your directory before connecting the shutter so that you know where you want to record your send your recordings to. In this case, I'll just name this demo shutter. Okay, and I'll press OK. And then it'll start recording. You'll see the red button here on the MOCAP toolbar indicating that it is recording. If I press the red button again, it'll stop the recording. So I haven't clicked anything on my keyboard or anything like that. I'm just using the shutter to be able to do these functions. So again, red button enables recording. If I press the red button again, I'll have the same dialog again that I set up the recording directory and the file name as well. And you'll see that Axis Neuron will put a _1, so you can save different sessions back to back without having to type it in. It will just say _1, _2, as many recordings you do. So if I press the red button again, I'm recording again. You're going to see that red flashing light one more time. And then press red button again. Okay, and then there we go. That's the function for the recording. And again, like I mentioned before, the L button is to do the zero pose. So imagine if you're performing somewhere and you're just kind of like, your computer's far away. Maybe it's about 50 feet or 100 feet, and you found your calibration, your home base location where you're doing a posture calibration in your zero pose, and it's very far away. You can use the shutter to do this remotely without having to go to your computer at that point. So this is something that's very useful for a lot of solo operators out there. Definitely something to look forward to. And one of the cool functions as well is that inside of the shutter button, you'll see that there's an R on one of the buttons here. It's right here at the front of the shutter. If you can see right there, it's right there in the middle. So as soon as I press this button, you will see that I'll activate the posture calibration. Okay, and you know, it's one of the greatest tools out there for posture calibration, and I will show you how it works. So let me go ahead and suit up here so you can see how the operation works. So just bear with me just for a few more seconds while I put the gloves on right now. And you know, this is this is one of the features that we've been emailed about regarding if we're going to make this available for our users out there. And you know, again, it's something that's very, very important for solo operators out there who can't rely on a secondary person to you know to do the simple basic operations for Axis Neuron. So I'll go ahead and do disconnect and reconnect so I can refresh my connections. Okay, I have all my sensors working right now. I have the shutter in my hand, and then I'll go into another session so you can see how it works. So I'll go ahead and do the posture calibration. Okay, so this is me here doing the posture calibration in another location. I have the shutter on my hand, and then just a simple click of the button, I'll activate the posture calibration. So all right, so this is something that I'll show you know more and more after like that, but you can do the posture calibration remotely with this way. And so let me go ahead and back into the computer so we can kind of see what's going on out there. Okay, so I'm back here on my computer. And let me make sure I get the speaker on my laptop working. So I'll go ahead and try one more time with the posture calibration, because I had the audio off for a minute there. So bear with me 1 second here. Just make sure this is working. Okay, there we go. So I'll do the entire pose again. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the other room. So I'm going back here to this room here, and I'll do the whole capture one more time. So I press the button one more through the shutter. Okay, I think the calibration failed because I moved my fingers again. So I'll go ahead and look at the monitor here. Just bear with me 1 second. Okay. So I'll try again one more time with the steady pose like this. Okay, so as soon as I'm done, I'm ready to do my capturing if I want. I can hit the red button and I can start recording. And I'm ready to go for my next session. I can do the posture calibration. I can do zero pose if I want. And I'm ready to do, capturing performance. So let's go back into the computer here. So let me take out my gloves here. So So that's kind of like the best way to explain, doing a remote calibration with the shutter. A lot of users are going to be very happy to have this. It's something that you can do remotely without having to use the keyboard or anything like that. And then it's just a matter of just going at it and just kind of doing different performances for that, So this is something, again, we brought back for everyone to use. It's going to be ready out there in the accessory store for everyone to use. And then that's kind of like the tutorial that I wanted to show you guys how to set it up with the shutter. So thank you again for looking at that, giving us a chance to show that for you guys. At this point, I'm going to open the session for a quick Q&A for all those who have questions. So the next thing would be, will there be any updated Unity 3D Live integration? Right now, the latest iteration was released earlier this year. There has not been an update release for Unity 3D integration. If you have any requests, anything that any suggestions, please send us an email at contact@neuromocap.com. so that we can let our engineers know about that feature or suggestion you have for us. So we definitely want to hear from you, from your team, anyone out there who has any suggestions for us to improve, integrations, the software. Send us an email. Email is at contact@neuromocap.com. We always look forward to those emails for everyone that's out there. And I'm keeping here open the Q&A for everyone out there. Again, we're so excited to be here and to share, a couple of videos with everyone out there. I know these videos are very important for everyone out there that you can use as a reference. And we're going to keep going with more videos in the future. If you have any suggestions for videos, tutorials, send them to our contact@neuromocap.com, or just leave a comment on this video so that we can put that on the to-do list. So we're very excited for everyone out there who's using our suite. We currently have a big community out there. So share ideas. We're more than happy to give help out there, and we're excited to be part of your workflow and your company, of course. So the next question is: are there any plans for a jumpsuit for the Perception to go into? That is a tough question right now. There is something that's we're obviously, this is one of another request that we have a lot of users for. I would tell everyone, stay tuned. Stay tuned. So we want to keep you guys on your toes on that one. Integrating a jumpsuit would actually improve the sensor stabilization for a lot of our users. Right now we're using, as you can see, we're using a Velcro system for our suit, and it works very well if you have the Velcro on your skin, for example. And this one, this one is pretty solid, very good to see. However, if you with the sensors on the legs, some sensors might move during the performance. So in this case, putting a bodysuit would be much better. And again, I'll stay tuned for those. We're having something we're having a couple of we're going to be looking into having some kind of jumpsuit for everyone out there. So yeah, having something like that would definitely secure the sensors out there for our users for performance. So yes, something coming up like that. So yeah, any other questions, please let us know. Next week we'll be talking more about just kind of using the FBX files for export into another 3D package, so that we can show more of workflow for our users out there. Workflow is very important. The amazing thing about Perception On is that you can capture, record, and you can export that data into whatever 3D package that you need. You can also export it into a CSV file if you need to for data extraction from the sensors. What about facial MOCAP? Thank you for asking that question. We will also be releasing in the coming weeks, we'll be releasing some sort of a bundle. The facial capture solution is not directly from us, but we're partnering with a company out there that will enable us to use our suit with their software that'll capture face movements. So it'll give you the total solution for full character body capturing. And then the good thing about that system is that you can not only drive characters inside of this software, but you can also export the skeleton data, and you can also export the face data as well. So that is coming up pretty soon. We're gonna definitely have some introductory price for our users out there. It'll be sold as a bundle for users who want to use that into their workflow. So that is coming up pretty soon. I know that's another request from our users. So stay tight on hang on tight on that request. So that is coming up soon. Any tutorials for SDK Perception Neuron? Okay, thank you from Jose for sending that request. We will put that into the next sessions that will be coming up in the future to do an SDK tutorial. Just so that everyone knows, we have Perception Neuron includes softwares like Access Neuron, Unity plugin, Unreal, and Motion Builder, and it also has a Neuron SDK. The great thing about Neuron SDK is that it enables you to create plugins for our software. For example, with Reallusion, they used our Neuron SDK reader to create a plugin into their software, and then that's one of the greatest and best plugins out there. You can use our suite inside of iClone. So yes, we will consider it. We'll have that in the coming weeks for the upcoming tutorials. Thank you again for sending that suggestion. And okay, I won't let this video go any longer. I just want to thank everyone out there for joining us and just checking out the features that the new accessory that we're gonna have release out there. Accessory for the shutter. Okay, so shutter is gonna help a lot of users who are doing solo operations. So this is something that we would definitely consider for those out there who are working, by themselves, doing MOCAP sessions. So hold on tight. We'll have that in the store very soon. So thank you guys, everyone out there. And as every session is, it's very exciting to see everyone join us through the live chat and ask questions, and it gives us a good opportunity to interact with everyone real time, and looking forward to more questions, and looking forward to being part of your team as well with Perception Neuron. So thank you again, everyone. Happy holidays, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.